Why does your app need access to my camera? Sir, have you been on the app? If you notice, there's a lot of people who take videos of themselves. Yeah, but why does it need access to my camera? I don't want TikTok to take my face. Grandpa, TikTok's not gonna take your face. I didn't realize that, like, we have legitimate, like, idiots in office. Welcome, everybody, to the PodDre podcast. I believe this is 13. Amazing. We made it past 10 somehow. We've continued to make and break records. Like the records for the absolute stupidity. If you saw the hearings of the TikTok CEO versus our government, seems to be the most viral and most ridiculous thing that you've ever seen.
Embarrassing.
Exactly. An example of what the United States government is truly made of. You know, when I was growing up, I felt like, you know, when you were thinking about the president, you were thinking about, like, senators and mayors, and you were like, these have to be the most
prestigious.
Exactly, yeah,
awarded, smart. They worked their way to the top. Dude, they're just a bunch of... Asking what Wi-Fi is, if it's connected to TikTok, if it scans your pupils.
Yeah, okay, so we'll get to we'll get to the specifics of this, but yeah, I
hate old
This is
people.
when
I can't stand it. There needs to be an age limit.
There needs to be an age limit, honestly. I didn't realize that, like, we have legitimate, like, idiots in office. Not even, like mean people, you know, somebody who's, like, evil, you know. You would expect evil to be in an office somewhere.
Like Jafar from Aladdin.
No, there was definitely a Jafar who did not like shit in the Bush administration. That's for fucking sure. The Bush administration just had like one Middle Eastern guy that they asked all their questions to. They're like, hey, does Iraq... I need to get into my Bush. Yeah. Wait, no, it's more of like a Texas accent. He's like, I'm down from Texas. Yeah. You know, here's the thing. I'm from Texas. Fuck, dude, I can't do George. I used to always be able to do George.
You're getting so much closer. Like,
give me some examples. I need to see some George Bush in my life.
That's what Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah. Sometimes I remember he had. I can't like.
If you're a single mother with two children.
If you're a single mother,
which
two children.
Job in America, as far as
America.
America.
And you're working hard to put food on your family.
Put on food on your family.
That they can say we're only going to have a stimulus package, but let's forget tax relief.
But let's forget tax relief.
Or, underestimate.
Excuse me. I'm George Bush.
I'm George Bush. And I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
No, that's Bill Clinton.
Fuck. Damn it. I don't know.
I was wondering why you made a Monica Lewinsky jokes. I'm George Bush.
You've had too many clowns as president.
I don't know.
No. Okay, so this is exactly.
Honestly, they all look and talk the same. I don't know.
So this is.
They're all gray hair.
This is what happened.
Faces. They're all white.
Bush went into Jafar's office. He's like, "Hey, Jafar, you think they got some kind of military weapon in that Afghan area that you come from?"
That's better.
Yeah.
That's better.
Are there weapons of mass destruction in this place that you come from that I heard has great food and diversity, and that's the reason that we're there, obviously.
Ethiopia has really good food.
Jafar, do you think that there are weapons enough for me to invade that motherfucking shithole that you come from? Jafar's like, yes. And George's like, all right, let's do it.
Where's the parrot?
I can't do the parrot. I just learned Bush. I just learned Bush. I can't do the parrot too. That was your job. What have you been doing this whole time?
Enjoying my time here.
All right, well.
Being a joy to be around.
Okay, well, here's the thing. This is a comedy podcast per se, and I really don't like talking about government that much, but the government seems to be its own comedy whatsoever. So let's go ahead and have our Jer, a.k.a. our Jamie, bring up some clips from the hearing with Sao Chu, I think that's his name. He's the CEO of TikTok. I remember this idea being brought up like a long time ago, and it was all about like the security concerns of TikTok because this is like one of the first apps that seems to have like such a major well, just as we've seen with our own government, we're going to have our own Jamie/Jer bring up some videos of the congressional hearings of essentially our elected senators. These are people who were on a ballot, and people went from their house to a voting station and said, this person is the best choice for representing my state to the entire United States. Okay, so these are people that had to campaign and had to convince people to vote for them, but yet they seem to, one thing you'll see with these videos is you realize that the ages of these people seem to be out of the normal, right? Like, if you went to a Senate hearing, I feel like you would mistake it for, like, a jazz exercise. A jazzercise, you know?
Or a
like,
nursing home.
Or a nursing home. This is what our Senate seems to appear like. And on it, here we have a highlight reel. So let's go ahead and show everybody else. This is what our government represents when it comes to the usage of a Chinese app in the United States. Throw it on.
That guy looks like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
It's probably him, dude.
Can you say with 100% certainty that TikTok does not use the phone's camera to determine whether the content that elicits a pupil dilation should be amplified by the algorithm? Can you tell me that?
We do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users. We do not.
You don't.
First of all, hold on. Pause. What the fuck did he just say, dude?
So he asked if your
what the fuck? He's like, is your pupil dilation tracked by the algorithm on your app, Mr. Sao Chang Ching Ching Chong? That's what he wanted to say, dude. That's what he wanted to say.
He looks evil. Look at his face.
They all look evil, dude. And then they had like some like 12-year-old vaping. Like,
how to pass out.
Here's the thing is that when this started, okay, I was on their side. I was like, you know what? As a TikTok content creator myself, my biggest platform, like, I honestly am also, like, a little bit shaky on where all of my information is going to, especially since, like, the Chinese government does have the right to essentially take over any kind of information from any company whatsoever that, like, is stationed in China.
But what are they taking? That's the question.
That's the real question, yeah.
What shit do I have on my TikTok that is so goddamn important to the government that it would lead to our downfall? It's not dangerous.
You know what I think it is?
Fuck is
you know what I think it is?
About that?
I think it's that the government can't tax it. So they're like... They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just, you know, are you taking information without us being able to fucking tax it?
TikTok?
My wife needs a boat this season. Okay?
China is depriving us of our rights
of our boats. Yeah. God damn it, these goddamn China just
With your pupil scanning apps.
they're taking my boat. They're taking my boat.
Turking our
They're
boats.
taking our boats. All right, go ahead and continue. Let's see this nonsense.
That you get, that we collect, is when you use the filters to have, say, sunglasses on your face, we need to know where your eyes are.
Why do you need to know what the eyes are if you're not seeing if they're dilated?
Why do you
And
need
the
to know
data
where
is
the
stored
eyes
on
are?
your
Bring
local
the
device and
sunglasses.
deleted after use if you use
The
it
thing
for
is
facial.
that this
Again,
guy
we do not
doesn't
collect
know
body.
like what a this guy doesn't know what a filter is.
Well, the average age of Congress is what, 58 years old?
That's right. Yeah, the average age of Congress is 58 years old. That's your grandpa or like late uncle. Like, and if you think about your grandparents, late uncles, would you elect them to Congress? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like they still be hanging around with that hard R on the N-word, you know what I'm saying? Like they should not be anywhere near a fucking office, but then yet here they are once again. The fun thing is that when I was like expecting to see these hearings, I was expecting this like TikToks to look so bad. I was expecting them to trip over their stuff, like to be all about well, we can't, we have to give information to China and all this stuff. Turns out that this guy, through recent memes, ends up being the hero.
He's fighting for our rights.
Yeah, I know.
As Americans.
I saw a meme that was like, when you're watching a congressional hearing, you find out that the only person that's fighting for your rights is fucking Shou Chu, the CEO of TikTok from fucking China. Like, he seems so genuine about, like, protecting the rights of, like, American people.
I swear. Thank you, dude. Thank you.
Let's roll. Let's see the rest of this.
Body, face, or voice data to identify our users.
I find that hard to believe. It's our understanding that they're looking at the eyes. How do you determine what age they are then?
We rely on age gating as our key age assurance.
Age
gating, which is when you ask the user what age they are. We have also developed some tools where we look at their public profile to go through the videos that they post to see whether
Boy, that's creepy. Tell me more about that.
it's public. So if you post a video that you choose that video to go public.
Stop, wait, hold on. He said, literally the CEO of a video making content creation company was like, yeah, like sometimes what we do is we look at the videos of these people to see if they're of age. Because usually you can tell the difference between a 12-year-old and a 25-year-old.
That's creepy. Why?
Oh, okay, so you're saying that you look at these 12-year-old girls, he's like, I'm just saying that this is how we determine it's...
We're trying to keep them safe by viewing them as either children or adults.
Exactly, like these are normal things that like happen between like social media.
Facebook does it too.
You can tell that these people, every single one of these Congress people, literally downloaded TikTok like the night before this hearing. And they were like, all right, let's see. And they took out their glasses like this. And they sat there and they're like, I don't know what this is.
TIKOK.
TikTok. There's another. I saw one senator literally be like, "You're." Wait, no, okay, hold on.
That's how
Just
you get people to
keep
see your
rolling.
video.
Let's see. Let's
we
see
look
for
at those
ourselves.
to see if it matches up the age that you talked about. You get people to see your videos. We look at those to see if it matches up the age that you
The
talked about.
10-year-old girl participated in a blackout challenge, also known as the choking
The
challenge.
testimony lasted 5
TikTok actively
hours.
pushes video on her feed. Unfortunately, this is one of the many devastating examples of children losing their lives because of content promoted by TikTok.
What?
Congressman, as a father myself, when I hear about the tragic deaths of
But my
young
question
people,
is,
it's
do you
heartbreaking.
find that good faith moderation?
We are very focused on safety, and
Okay,
all these
I'm
dangerous
gonna have to
challenges
assume
are
that as a
removed
no.
when we find them. There are more than 150 million Americans who love our platform, and we know we have a responsibility to protect them, which is why I'm making the following commitments to you and to all our users. Number one, we will keep safety, particularly for teenagers, as a top priority for us. Number two, we will firewall protected US data from unwanted foreign access. Number three, TikTok will remain a place for free expression and will not be manipulated by any government.
Sounds
Okay,
like a
pause.
fair argument to
Pause.
me.
Literally,
Goddamn.
they were like, one, we're worried about children, and two, we're worried about like our information like going across seas and just like being used by the Chinese government. And three, what was the third thing?
We will
he
not
said?
be manipulated by any government, and it will remain a platform for free expression.
And he was like, we will protect children, and we will like make sure that none of this information like goes to like China. He just answered it straight out with class, dude. I mean, like you can watch so many ridiculous questions.
But will my pupils be scanned by TikTok? Will my pupils be dilated and then sent to the Chinese government? Or
Yeah. I'm just imagining them just being like, well, why does your app need access to my camera? It'd be like, sir, have you been on the app? If you notice, there's a lot of people who take videos of themselves. But why does it need access to my camera? Well, if you'd like, you can use that camera to create content, and that's what we call a TikTok. And he's just like,
but does the Wi-Fi scan my face?
I don't want TikTok to take my face. Be like, don't worry, Grandpa, TikTok's not going to take your face just because you're signing off on the thing. This just shows, exactly like you said, why the government is so ridiculous. Go to, try to find the video of one of the senators asking him about why the app has access to Wi-Fi.
So, you know what I find funny about this? It was first the Russian government, wasn't it? They were like, the Russians are taking our identities. They're taking our data. This was like a couple years ago. That the concern was on the Russians. And now they just shifted it to the Chinese. It was first about the Russians, and they were like, Russians are on the TikTok.
Well, I think there are very good reasons for this, but
they just shifted their focus.
Yeah, just do that first one.
So, like,
There you
who
go.
are we?
All right,
who
look
are
at-
we
look at
suspicious of?
Look at this. We'll jump into
Mr.
it.
Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the.
So if I have
Question.
TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you could answer that.
Okay.
I'd like to.
Pause. TikTok doesn't work without the internet. So he's asking somebody. That's like going to a cheesemaker and it'd be like, do you use milk from cow to achieve this cheese? And he's like, well, there are different ways of doing it, but yes, in fact, you do need milk for cheese. You need Wi-Fi to use the app TikTok. One of these days, one of these Congress people is going to be like, does your app use electricity without the consent of the user? That's what I want to know. And the guy's like, well, your phone is indeed charged. I mean, like, this just shows the pure comedy. These are the people that we have elected into office. And they're not even doing research, right? Like, I feel like if you research TikTok a sufficient amount, you would understand, okay, this is an app that's on the internet that allows people to post videos of themselves or whatever videos that they'd like that can go viral. You can create a whole project, but the whole thing is based off of Wi-Fi and like interaction. And you had an actual congressperson. This is somebody who's paid by the state asking whether if that app uses your Wi-Fi. Really shows just how out of touch everything is, you know. Never.
Well, not even out of touch everything, just out of touch the congressman. The average age is 58. The youngest age you can be, the youngest congressman right now is 26 years old. We should have more people that are like 35 in Congress than like anyone else, because those are the people that are actively like don't have their brain disintegrating. I don't know. You ever heard of dementia, Alzheimer's? You ever heard of Parkinson's disease?
Like our president is just going around just barely making it.
The
dude.
blind leading the blind, dude. There was a video of Biden leading a blind guy around, and then he got lost, and someone had to take over, and Biden was just standing there.
Yo,
Like,
Jared, look up this video of Trump talking about Biden falling off his bike. Fucking Trump is like, you see this the other day? Biden, your president, he was on the bike, he fell over, no one saved him.
I'm serious, I hope he's okay. No, I'm serious, I hope he's okay. Fell off a bicycle. I make this pledge to you today, I will never ever ride a bicycle.
Trump there having a laugh at Biden.
fuck,
What is Trump, dude?
I love Trump
He's
so
like,
much.
he's like, from this day, you've never seen me ride a bicycle in your life. There's not a single person out there would be able to say that there's Trump on a bicycle. No one ever has ever said that.
I've never fell off a bicycle.
Because I've never been on a bicycle. I don't even know what a bicycle is. That's how much I'm never going to fall on a bicycle. But the president we have today, you see him, he falls over, no one saves him. No one cares. Okay, my Trump's getting better.
It's getting better.
It's getting better. I've been practicing it more. Wait, alright, keep going.
Speaking in Memphis, Tennessee, for one of his American Freedom Tour events. His comment, which received like opportunity to take...
He wasn't even writing it.
He fell standing still.
God, he's so old.
The left have turned calm into chaos, prosperity into poverty, and security into a total catastrophe. And under this leadership, our country is being destroyed. Joe Biden is the worst president in the history of our country. He is now... He is now turning out to be a combination of Jimmy Carter and Herbert Hoover. Has anyone looked at the stock market? Has anybody looked at the stock market lately? Like most of the people in the room. Biden's disasters are too numerous to even count. Inflation is the highest. Is anybody doing well?
He made some other comments. See if you can find. Dude, I love how like he was like, I hope he's fine, but you'll never see me on a bicycle ever. Yeah, just go back. Try to see if you can find it. But yeah, it's I don't know. You know, he's gonna try to run again.
I'll vote for him.
Sure. If it's just like, if it saves
As long
my
as it's-
dollar, if I
yeah.
don't have to pay $15 fucking dollars for a fucking gallon of gas, I'm fucking fine with
Holy shit, dude. I put $50
back.
in my tank today. I have a mid-size SUV with like pretty good gas mileage. I put fucking
it. Just put Trump on
$50
Biden falling
in my
off bike.
gas tank today, and that shit only filled it up 3/4 of the way.
Trump on Biden falling off bike. I don't know. I might have some other thing. Sorry. Start over.
So basically today, on my way over here, I put $50 in my gas tank, and it only filled up like less than 3/4 of the way, and I use it unleaded, and my tank calls for like mid-grade. Like I need the middle button. I don't need the cheap one. I need the middle button. At this elevation, you can technically get away with it, but like
Yeah.
I put $50 in my tank, 3/4 of the way full. And it cost me $50.
Dude, because our money doesn't go anywhere. We were talking about this, like, if you have gone to like a fast food place, try buying like more than just your own food. Try buying food for someone else, and like it used to be that you could go to fast food, buy something for like $15
For 2 people.
for 2 people, easy.
Yeah.
And like now it's like,
$15
start-
a person minimum.
dude, you're seeing the 3s. I'm seeing the 4s. Sometimes I see 5s at a fast food place.
Yeah,
Imagine.
Yeah. You go to fucking Taco Bell, dude. That's just like $50 now for 3 people.
Right. Alright, I think this might be the full speech, but I think he just like is railing on Biden for...
It's 36 seconds.
Alright, yeah, go ahead, sir.
It's okay.
What?
But no, we do hope that Biden's okay. Because that was a hard fall. That was scary. That was a hard... Did anybody see it?
Did anybody see it?
Well, we wish him well in that respect. When I was...
Dude, he's so funny. Look at him. He's just like... All day this man just
I would
goes
never
around.
fall on a bike.
You'll never see me on a bike. Now, you ask any person on the street, you say, have you ever seen Trump on a bike? They'll say no. This guy right here, he knows I've never been on a bike before, but you know, that was a terrible fall you saw. Did you see it? Did you see it? Just like, imagine getting fucking roasted by Trump, dude, just like passively. It'd be like, you know, I feel really bad for him. But did you see how bad he failed his tests? It was unbelievable. Nobody's ever failed his test worse than this guy. But we love him. We love this guy. He's a good test taker. Not really. But he's, you know, and you're like, dude, stop roasting me and acting like you're my friend.
He should be a host on like a Comedy Central roast. That rhymes, dude.
He should be a host on a Comedy Central roast. Hey. Beep bop, bip bop, bip it up, dude. Doop a doop a doop. Bringing it back, dude. Alright, dude. He made his. I don't know what video it is, but he says there's one where he talks about here, go back. Let's see if we can find it. I don't know why it's so funny.
Dude.
This is just a continuous thing of him falling.
Oh my god. He's not even writing it. He's just standing there.
Trump news reporters didn't save Biden. He was talking about the news reporter. He's like, did you see he fell over? All those news reporters over there. No one saved him. Not a single. No one saved him. No one likes him.
Did you see it? I saw it.
Here, go up. Go up. That second one? Or no, did we already see that one?
No.
Well, this is the way he
I'll never write it. I don't know where I saw Trump being like, you see all those reporters there? No one saved them. It just it's wrong with me so much. But all right, well here's the real question. We'll just forget that for now. Let's say a World War III breaks out. Speaking of which, Russia just... Dude, there's too many things going on right now. I swear to fucking God. Do we go Trump tax evasion, or do we do...
we just do a clip from each topic.
Let's just go straight through. Okay, so Trump supposedly, from what I've heard from the
gods above.
From the gods above.
My congregation, I do tell you.
Exactly. I heard that Trump was supposed to be arrested today, or it was like that they might try to get Trump on some like tax evasion shit. Mm-hmm. Look up Trump arrested or Trump warrant or whatever, or fake AI images of Trump. Oh yeah. Let's show this. This is hilarious. Look up AI images. No, not the video. You can look up just the images on Google. Just look up Trump AI arrest images. Somebody created AI images of him getting arrested. Just go to images, yeah. And they're so funny, dude. Look at that one. Hey, go down.
Oh my god. It does look pretty real though.
It's right there. Just look at him run, dude.
Not taxes. Not on my small $1 million loan.
Don't you touch me. Don't you know who I am? I pay my taxes. Wait, no, go up. There's one where he's like, where to the left? Right there, that one. Right where you're over, yeah.
Oh my god.
This is what it would look like.
Is that a scene from, like, The Dark Knight?
Oh, dude, these are AI images. This is what AI's been doing these days.
Creepy.
He's just
See, that's creepy. Not your TikTok filtering your age out by looking at your video.
Yeah, this is creepy. Imagine seeing that. Dude, he looks thin, dude, in that photo. AI's making him look good, dude. It's amazing. Like, you would never assume that that's, like, a fake photo unless you, like, zoomed in.
Could you imagine this? You have this technology in the 90s? You just bring back, like, hot tub time machine, but, like, right now.
Oh, dude, life would be different, dude. Life would be way different.
You
if we
could
had
make
this...
so much fucking money.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, sports betting. Could you imagine?
Yeah, but, you know, there is some theory out there that if you change time, like, you deliberately go back in time, that you're not going to have knowledge of the future, because just that slight change, you going back in time, then changes the future for everything. So a game where you thought the Yankees won the World Series and you're going to bet all your money in, turns out that, like, that's not true. But...
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Butterfly effect, kind of.
There's also this theory about how supposedly you should be able to jump in the future, but you can't go into the past. Because if you go into the past, then you're essentially creating a new timeline.
Right, we don't have the power to do that.
Right? Because if you go back and let's say that you stop Lincoln from being assassinated, right? If you stop Lincoln from being assassinated, and you jump back into the future, like, all of a sudden the world's going to be way different because Lincoln was alive and ended up changing society differently, and then different presidents came in, and then Trump ends up becoming, like, our dictator, or the other way around. AOC ends up becoming a dictator, and we all have to share, you know, all of our cum shots. And that's just communism, folks. That's just how it works. You know, everyone gives their load, and you get a load back in terms of...
The senators in AOL chat room.
Yeah. Fucking senators, dude. These are all bullshit, dude. Why is Trump the better option? That's the real fucking question. Like...
What time is it?
It is 5:56.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Okay, so what do you think... So, we've already established that people are way too fucking old for the government, right?
Yeah, there needs to be an age limit.
Actually, you know what? I think this is a perfect time. Let's go ahead, because that's all the research I really wanted you to do. Let's go ahead and bring Jer on to the episode now that we've done a lot of the research that they need to do. This is our Jamie. We're bringing him back.
Welcome, Jeremiah.
Jer the Bear. Jer the Bear. Welcome. Welcome, welcome.
How's the new yellow pillow? Pillow test.
Pretty comfy, feeling good.
Contact Jeremiah for all of your pillow reviews.
Yes.
We are now.
He will not respond to them whatsoever. And until I pay him, I can't force him to look at the reviews either. So if you leave a review, there's a pretty high chance it's just never gonna go back. Jer reviews pillows. That'll be our next show.
Part of my coup.
No, this pillow is great. I've spent 3 hours just laying on it. It's really quite. Look at this.
What my future Twitch streamer will really be.
This one's a squishmallow. Really like it.
The squishmallow pillow.
Just ASMR. Just.
You feel those fibers. You hear them. They're there.
It reminds me of my childhood.
I grew up with 100 stitch count. This is 1,000 stitch count.
Murdered.
Both of my parents were murdered.
This is the pillow that they used. Just completely insensitive.
You can hear the crust of the blood.
Just crunching.
Alright,
Dude, a horror ASMR? Fuck that. That'd be so scary. Could you imagine?
Jesus.
This is the dirt of where they found the body a week ago.
Alright. So we're gonna jump into like government being way too old. You guys give your guys' opinion. I'll be right back.
No.
Does this every time.
You always cut it out, so cut it out.
I cut it out one time because y'all were boring. Make it not boring. I'll put it.
You're fucking boring.
He didn't even watch it. I was there for the editing.
Oh.
He didn't even watch it.
Whatever. We were not boring.
He just didn't want the queue to be on the wire. Alright. So, I mean, government being too old.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that, dude. Dude, my great aunt died of early onset dementia at like 56.
Oh, shit.
And she was diagnosed in like her late 30s. She was like 38 years old or something like that. And she died from brain deterioration, which is dementia. And like, that's the thing is like, if there's an age minimum, there needs to be an age limit. Because at this point, we're like, oh, no one under 25 can join Congress. But we let somebody who's in their 70s be in office. I think that max it should be retirement age. If you're 65, boom, out of office. I don't care. I really don't care. Honestly, I'm so done with having these people that don't know what fucking Wi-Fi is in goddamn office that it's just ridiculous. Like, have you been to a retirement home recently?
Thankfully, no, but both my parents were about 65 before they passed. So, I mean...
I feel like 65, that's retirement age on average, right? I feel like that should be the limit. And, I mean, medically speaking, I feel like that if we can't have anybody below 25, then we shouldn't have anybody over 65. And I think that should not be something super hard to ask for, but because we have all this medical advancement and all of these new surgeries saving people who are like 68 years old with like a heart defect, and you give them a heart transplant to make them live another 8 years, like that's why our life expectancy is
I think the
going
government should be 50% 15-year-olds and 50%
Whoa, hey.
90-year-olds.
Trying to break labor laws over here.
No in between.
Yeah, no in between. Just like have like the most irrational teenagers. Fucking, I don't want to be here today. Okay, Mr. President, you have to be here today.
Are you my daughter?
Yeah.
No, I'm the prosecutor.
Just a bunch of senile 90-year-olds. What?
I mean, it's basically what we have now. I mean...
Are there still Jews here? All right, Grant, look, chill out, dude. You're still representative of... What are you from?
Connecticut.
Pennsylvania? No.
I don't...
Texas. You're
Virginia?
Texas, yeah.
I don't think that Jews were ever too vilified in America by the old people. I think it was a different minority group that the old people really went for.
The blacks.
Well, you know what was really interesting?
I mean, yeah.
The African Americans.
I mean, majority, especially from the actual Congress age we have now, majority of them were still around at different times of segregation and slavery. I mean, my parents passed at 65, and my mom was in school during segregation when it first started.
It is weird seeing, like, an 80-year-old man, like, fight for the rights of black people on the Democrat side. It's like... We know you don't think that, bruh. Like, you know for a fact that when Todd, the 85-year-old man from fucking, like, Maine, when he sees a black guy walking down the street, he's not thinking, like, you know, I'm a Democrat and I really just believe in the integrity of diversity. No, he's fucking changing lanes, bruh. He went to the other side, absolutely.
I mean... I would argue that it really depends on the person, just because, I mean, there's a reason segregation dissolved. It wasn't just fully African Americans. The white people did start agreeing too.
Right,
I mean,
they're outnumbering us, Jeremiah. The moment that they got... I'm serious.
No, you know who outnumbers us? It's China.
Holy shit, the Asians?
The Asians?
There's so many Asians, bro. If we went to war, if there was an actual race war, everybody talks about the race war. First off, white people... We are outnumbered by black people, by Asians, by Indians, by fucking Indians, dude, which are Asians.
But all we would have to do to get rid of the Indians,
They're Asians.
They won't claim it, but yes.
all we have to do to get rid of the Indians is offer our woman, and they would immediately give in. Immediately, they would be on our side, right? But then you have to deal with a bunch of Asians in person trying to flirt with all your girlfriends and not over DMs. So is that something?
Show Bob's and vagine.
Yeah. I like Bob's. Very, very nice Bob's. I don't know, World War III, that's a real question, wait, would that ever happen? And speaking of this is actually a current event. This is somehow turned into a news station. The worst news you could ever possibly get from us from here.
News ever.
If you get your news from this podcast, you need to rethink your life. Don't get me wrong, we love you. You're part of the congregation. You're part of the family. But you need to fucking grow up, dude. Do not get your news from this podcast.
Hey man, it's still better than CNN.
But everything's better than CNN,
At least we're spilling facts.
It is facts. No, but so recently the Chinese Prime Minister / dictator, he won another election with 100% of the votes. I love how everyone in the world is just yeah, it's what they do. You know what I mean? They be doing that shit already. He's already way past the term limit. So is Putin. But speaking of which, the Chinese dictator or president, whatever you want to call him, he went over to Russia for the first time since the war has started, right? We all knew that Russia had backup from China and different, and Belarus and a few other closely knit countries. But this is the first time that the Chinese president has actually stepped foot in Russia, which is huge because Russia's in the middle of a war. So that essentially is China supporting the war. And in that meeting, they signed multiple documents essentially stating that they would start trading with each other more and that they had a new goal of creating a new world order, which is so ridiculous because when you think of new world order, you think about your one friend who's hyper obsessed with all of these conspiracy
There's gonna
theories.
be tanks in the street in 3 months, mark my words. As he hits the crack pipe,
I mean, to be fair, the New World Order kind of started originally with the UN. I mean, that's the same logo they use.
It started at the Geneva Convention. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Which is when the UN was first assembled.
The world was like, yo, we need to stop fighting wars, dude. Well, they tried
nukes.
Well, they didn't really say stop fighting wars. They just started trying to put limits on how evil a war can be.
Well, because of once we got nukes, we realized if there was a world war today without the amount of nukes, they would only take a couple nukes to start a nuclear winter, and that's why everybody's
it's war games. It's war games.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally the plot of war games. Yeah.
So on top of that, Russia's actually from what I understand that they're looking into bringing some of their nukes to Belarus, which is the country that is on the west side of Ukraine, I believe.
West side?
Yeah, exactly. West side?
West side Belarus.
West side Belarus.
There's some family in Ukraine, they're they are bringing nukes next to our house. And we're over here west side, boy? They fucking up over there, son. And they're anyways, back to my Fortnite hype reel.
Let's get that hype train going.
Mama, my arm has been disintegrated from the bomb that has come down upon our house. And we're catching dubs on Fortnite, son. The dichotomy.
Just touchdown tomato.
I know. But okay, so with that being said, with Russia moving nukes to Belarus, this is obviously kind of an aggressive play on Russia. That being said, I want you guys to let's do a little exercise, shall we? Okay. So
And what? And 2.
Exactly. That exercise. That's the exercise that I was looking for.
Told me to
Let's
drop
just-
down and give you 20 or
let's stop-
something.
Let's stop filming and let's just do like 40 push-ups each, no matter how long it takes.
Bro, it's 40 push-ups. It shouldn't
Don't
take
get
that
your
long.
news from us. Whatever you do not get your news from us.
Start doing 40 push-ups now. You gotta get ready.
Okay, so everyone sit and imagine. Wait, does everyone have a drink? You have a drink. You have your drink. I got you another beer.
I wasn't sure about that one. Yeah. All right, give me a second. Get
You grab my phone too.
Yes, I'll
Thank
also grab
you.
mine if I need to do more research.
Yeah, we're good.
Where's your phone?
Dude, I don't know. It's over there. If you look for it, it's pink.
Dude, I don't know. Find it. I don't know. I was hired by you, babe.
Jamie!
See, now you're calling him Jamie.
It's Jerry. Y'all are gonna get.
You know what the bullshit is? She's like, you keep mispronouncing you keep mispronouncing his name, and I'm like, no, you just don't watch fucking Joe Rogan. As soon as she needed something from you, she's like, Jamie.
I would be like, you keep calling me Jamie. Joe Rogan would have to like sue you or some shit. You'd be like, hey, his name's not really Jamie. This is infringement. He's riding on my.
No, he's an ally. We already said that on the pod.
Yeah, as long as Jess isn't on, dude.
Why? Because she calls him Seth?
She just doesn't like him.
She's got beef with Joe Rogan, and you got beef with Pearl. And
Who
so
wants Pearl.
she's like this red pill girl who's like very much.
She's not even a virgin, dude. She admits that on camera, and she's still like, how many of you guys are virgins? Like, all the time. I fucking do not like her.
Your phone might be upstairs. I ain't seen it, really.
Want me to call it? Do you need it?
I mean, I'd like it, but fucking sooner rather than later.
Sooner rather than later.
Line me up, PodDre.
The limes are in the.
And the coconut, you mix it all up. You put the lime.
I'm so
in the
glad somebody else knows a song. Every time I try to reference that song by something, everyone always looks at me like I'm an idiot.
You're holding it.
I just stole her
Fucking
phone.
asshole.
You know where it was?
Where?
Right there.
Why don't you look for it, Bay?
Because I did, and I can't see that.
You have a minimum radius. I can only turn 50 degrees.
That's the most NPC shit I've ever heard.
It's this is it for me. I've never seen my left arm.
This is a forward my model.
Like, dude, that's bad. You've never seen your left arm? Be like, yes, this is it. I see my fingers. That's it, dude.
Somebody who believes chiropractic care is bullshit.
Well, there's your phone, yeah.
All right.
Okay, you got your drink here.
Drink has
All
been
right.
acquired.
Oh.
Just dabs her own cup with her phone.
Are you gonna take a drink of your phone?
She's like, oh,
What were
what's
you
up, bro? Just dabs her,
Dude,
dabs
I've
her cup
never
with the
done
phone.
that before.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, yeah.
Get dabbed.
What happened, dude? I don't know what's going on.
You have to choose something.
I know, right? All right, well, cheers, guys. Coming back on PodDre number 12. Okay. Oh.
Okay.
We back.
All right.
You survived. Good to know.
Dude, I can't even...
Take a sip of this.
You're 90% Pink, 10% Whitney. Depends on what kind of Whitney you're talking about. To be honest.
Houston?
Yeah.
All right, then this is 90% Whitney, 10% Pink.
No, not Whitney Houston.
Yeah, Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston party, dude.
Like, this is what I want you to do right now. It's a LARP.
It's a LARP?
It's a LARP.
Oh. It's a LARP.
It's a LARP. Oh shit, where's my sword? We're LARPing right now?
I forgot my armor at home. That's interesting.
90% Whitney, 10% pink.
About what it tastes like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now that everyone's got a fresh drink into their system, right? Let's imagine what a World War III would look like, right?
Nuclear winter.
Drone warfare. That's what we're currently going into.
I think it would be like
So-
that one movie with the mechanical bugs that like multiply and take over everything.
I don't think we're at that point yet. I think that the government truly isn't as advanced as we think they are.
Well, they're definitely in more debt than
So
I think.
I've actually looked into this over the last week or so, and if we went to kind of like how we're talking about if we went to war with China, the thing is right now we've been putting so much into our Air Force at
Dude,
what
Jared's
is it, like
ready
Miriam
with the
International?
facts, dude. He's like, I've been researching this.
Facts.
Yeah, no, okay, look, I am a wellspring of knowledge. Literally, that all I do is just research random shit happening at home. Like I find shit like this interesting. So the United States military, we're actually been putting so much into our Air Force lately, and with the war with Ukraine and with Russia and Ukraine, what we're learning is that aircraft fucking suck. We have so many air to ground, ground to air reinforcements and different kinds of defenses. It pretty much minutes all types of aircraft. So they're trying to look into A, going to more drone warfare, and B, we're pulling back from aircraft and just trying to make munitions because we don't have enough. Because even trying to supply Ukraine, we make like 100 rounds of like whatever they use for their anti-air weapons. They need like thousands of rounds a week, and we're only able to make like 100. We're putting full production to munitions because we don't have enough. So what we've ended up learning,
Well, if they stopped
is that
embezzling tax money, they'd have enough fucking money for the fucking goddamn Air Force. What the hell is going on?
that's the
Dare
thing.
you ask our senators to go without their boats? We talked about the privileges of boats and what it is to be a white man in this fucking country.
But like that's the
Every
thing.
white man deserves a boat, including you.
Where's my yacht?
I get half a boat because I'm half white.
Do I get half a boat because I'm a
I don't know. I feel like Colombians usually have boats too.
No, you, you just get a broom. Woo-hoo.
Here's your chancla.
That
Here's your
section of your
chocolate.
arm looks like perfect for a punch right now. It looks so punchable.
I'm gonna get elected to Congress and
You're gonna
question
get
you.
targeted is what you're gonna
Yeah,
get.
it is, honestly.
But
Wait,
yeah,
no, you know the reason why we're so heavily concentrated on air warfare is because in World War II that was like king.
right.
Like if the more planes you had meant that you were gonna win the war. That's why that's why the United States really pulled forward in the World War II because we had so many planes. We had like
The more advanced. Yeah, and we also had the more advanced. We had F-160s. We had the Nightwing Blackhawk for stealth bombing missions and just well
I just
surveillance.
stealth bombed her, dude.
Oh yikes!
Didn't see that coming anywhere.
But yeah, no, I mean
do
we created
slow-mo
F-160s
coming
and we
out.
have the most advanced airfare.
We have to bring it up if you make that face, dude. Like I can't edit out the face. The hell. Okay, well.
Put a happy face over her. Little demonetization smiley face.
We're happy here. No problems whatsoever. Okay, but all right, let's imagine it's 2028. It's 2028, right? We're all older. The podcast is made. It's blown up. But China ends up invading Taiwan, right? Which then brings Russia into the conflict and blah, blah, blah. Here we are, World War III. It's essentially us in the West versus Russia, China. I think Japan would be on our side, but for the most part, right? And let's say that you have a week to prepare for nuclear fallout. What do? Let's go you first. He's like, I've been waiting my whole life for
I have
this
a
fucking
bunker
question.
already.
You have 1 week. It's Monday. Next Monday, bombs come down.
Okay, I would say hypothetically they probably wouldn't go straight to nuclear winter because most of them have realized that that's just not the way to go. But if that is...
Take this lime, you fucking...
If that is the case, sir...
You get a lime!
This shit again, you and your throwing of green.
I just want to throw stuff at you, man.
Why is it always green?
I don't know what it is.
You keep throwing green at me, but none of it's money.
I wanted to punch you, so that's I guess you are a boss.
Andres, I'm just saying the next green thing you're throwing at
I
me,
want to quit.
the next green thing you're throwing at me better be some money, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
I've gotten the beets, I've gotten the limes, I'm looking for the dollars.
He's asserting his workers' rights in the workplace.
We get a pole. We attach a light to the.
Y'all ain't ready for that.
I thought it was a different kind of poll. I was like, I don't know if that's appropriate for the workplace.
Wait, is that not the poll we're talking about?
The work poll? The work poll? Alright.
What is this, the Amazon work cages?
The work pole? You mean Epstein Island?
Epstein Island.
The work cage 9000, you guys know what I'm talking about?
That's a that's a work island. Is what it is. There was plenty of working going on there.
Oh yeah.
Just
illegal.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Dude, like Epstein's Island would be like normal back in the day. Be like, oh yeah, you have your own fuck island, right? Yeah.
It was only $500,000, huh?
They're like, why is this bitch so old? It'd be
She's like 29.
Yeah. It's just a fucking Leo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
God, get this.
She's
old.
not. I can't. If I can't take her into a bar, that's when I want her. Okay.
Yeah. We're getting sidetracked.
World War III, nuclear fallout, 1 week.
Doesn't have control.
What is Jeremiah's fine. Jeremiah hasn't done anything. You're trying to gaslight him?
Yeah.
Get him fired before he even comes on?
One of the main times I'm on the podcast is just thrown under the bus.
What the fuck?
That's what I get for being on camera, huh?
World War III, you got a bunker, you're not including her.
Okay, I will say a few years ago, I almost embellished a lot of money into building a bunker, but I was like, this is stupid as fuck. I'm not doing that.
Oh, when the COVID happened?
No, before that. I didn't give a shit about COVID. I worked through that. I was going to people's houses, still like doing custom concrete work or automotive. We never wore a mask.
Monday, you find
We
out.
have 1 week until nuclear
You have
fallout.
1 week to find out until nuclear holocaust. What do you do Monday?
Fuck bitches. Get money.
That would be my first thought.
Yeah, I mean, I'm unprepared to, like, literally, unless you have, like, that $1 million bunker in the fucking Rocky Mountains,
Yeah,
you're
you don't
gonna
have
die. Like, the fallout alone, and only that, but you have to make sure, like, because, like I said, I've looked into this one, too.
Okay, so Jared's day one, Monday, give up.
Yeah, basically, no. You go out, you party, you break every law you want to, like, you just have fun for that week.
So do you see, you're going the suicidal route, you're saying you had the best week of your life.
Yeah, like, I don't
accept
have a full bunker prepared, and I'm not gonna be able to break into someone's bunker. We're not gonna survive. Even if you get into the bunker, you're looking at 100 years of fallout. You're not leaving that bunker until that fallout rate declines to the point where it's survivable, which is gonna take at least 100 to 150 years. I'm dead by then anyway, and I'm spending my whole time in a little concrete room. Unless I got one of those, like, super fucking fancy ones where, like, they have, like, the fake outdoors built onto the walls and shit like that.
Here's a question.
I'm not prepared like that. I'd rather have my life, and I'm just gonna die.
I have a plan.
It's gonna be fast. It's gonna be painless. Nuclear fallout. It's gonna be like that.
Okay, all right. So we
You're
got
a
Jared. So
skeleton.
let's go to Bays. What's your plan Monday? Day one. What do you do?
Monday, day one. Rob an armory, get as many guns as possible, and then go take over a mall with a shopping center.
You listening, Jared?
So
You listening,
we
Jared?
need a grocery
She's
store.
not giving up, Jared.
Grocery store on the
At best, I'll
bottom.
go to DIA. Go to those fucking underground tunnels.
I'm just saying, I can get whatever the fuck I want as long as I have people. So if I have a bunch of fucking guns and a bunch of fucking gold and food, guess who's coming with me? Everybody who's gonna fight for that shit. So then I get to take over whatever the fuck I want. I could travel in a group. I could have my own little fucking army. That's what I would do. I would immediately be like, bulletproof vest, AK, like, and just like, be like, look, like, I would be like that Zombieland movie. Let's go find the Twinkie. I gotta find my Twinkie. Like,
See,
that would be me.
I'm skipping your step one because I don't need to go to the armory. I already own my shit, okay?
Okay,
I'm set.
So it's like Monday
You're
morning.
not listening though, ATF.
2 hours away from nukes disposing, and you're like on the street, like crying. You had like all the STDs you could fucking find. You've accumulated them elsewhere. You drank everything, smoked everything, and now you're just like an emotional state, and you're like sprinting through the fucking like desert trying to get to your fucking underground cave / society that you created, that you are now the queen of.
Yeah, she just got a group of people digging in Arizona, digging in a fucking big ass hole.
You somehow managed to survive. I don't know how this works. I thought it would be the opposite. I thought you would be like, I have a bunker ready. And you're just like, I'm just going to die.
Well, the thing, like I said, I looked into the bunker thing. Hey, you're looking at like a minimum of $150,000 for like the shittiest bunker possible. Get everything filters, and like I said,
nothing about a bunker.
and like I said, you got to think about the fallout.
But Babe
You
was
weren't
like,
surviving.
But you were like, you know what? You're not going to make it anyways, so I'm just going to have fun. Babe was like, day 1, armory.
I don't need to go to the armory though.
Day 2,
I own my
shelter.
shit.
Day 3, find massive amount of food. Day 4, create a society. Put myself at top of that society. Create
Go like Lord.
blackmail everybody in the society.
Just go like Lord of the Flies for a fucking week until everything ends.
Murder everyone higher up. Recreate your...
Like, you can survive the initial bombs dropping, but like I said, you're still looking at least like 100, 150 years of fallout radiation.
I'm going to enslave will have
So, like,
rooms?
Look, she's not gonna survive, but at least she has that power, you know? She's out there trying to fucking get out there. What if it was mini bombs? Let's say that...
Mini bombs!
Yeah.
Oh,
like
miniature
none of
items
like
come in the mail in this
just explosive, not nuclear.
With extremely less cute than whatever the hell you just fucking...
bombs!
Mini H-bomb. It's just like the little things you get in the mail. Oh.
It's just one hydrogen and one hydrogen.
I'll tell
and
you
then
what, Faye. We mailed one of those bombs in Japan to not like, it was not as cute as
It was airdropped.
To be fair,
Apple
we
was responsible.
To be fair, we
Steve
sent
Jobs
two.
did 9/11. Okay.
We sent two, not one. Just gonna call that out there. We did send two of them.
Hiroshima, the original airdrop.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The original airdrop. Here's your care package.
That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up.
We got Fat Boy ice cream bars, but they got a different kind of Fat Boy.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right.
Like, hey, you said you wanted a Fat Boy. We just didn't know what kind.
What do you think I would do?
I think you'd probably make some tacos and then go with your family. And
Maybe
then
film
just,
another podcast.
And then just like, I don't know, I think you just like live it out for like a week or two until everything fucking sucked. And then you're like, well, the beach is kind of burning up. So I'll just die here.
You probably wouldn't be editing, but you'd probably still be making music. Just for the fun of it.
With your guitar, you die like a fucking, what is those people called? The Pompeii. And they got all covered in ash. And they died of suffocation.
Yeah, the eruption of Pompeii.
Okay, so people that were covered in ash in Pompeii. Everyone. Not a single person didn't get covered in ash in Pompeii.
I mean, some did get the lava.
What are those people that got decimated by the fucking Pompeii? The thing, yeah, the victims?
What's that called? A volcano?
Yeah.
Pompeii?
Volcano victims? The worst kind?
Hawaiians?
Hawaiians? No!
St.
Pompeii's in Italy!
Yeah, but that's also a volcano, and it's also
Hawaii is an island made from volcanoes.
Like getting destroyed right now. Did you not hear about the lava seeping out everywhere and people had to like evacuate?
I actually took a trip to Hawaii, and I actually got to travel to the volcano fields, like all the hardened pieces of lava. I actually walked over all that
It's
shit.
active as a
Cool as hell.
It is active as a motherfucker.
It's honestly scary, like
Hawaii was literally created by underwater volcanoes, though. Like, that's literally what Hawaii is.
Wait, hold on, alright.
Getting off topic.
I didn't say
Yellowstone!
what I would do in a nuclear fallout.
Yeah, we guessed.
Okay.
What's the answer,
Both of
Andres?
you guys are wrong. First of all, I'd create a sex cult.
He's over here like Trump, wrong.
That's
Objectively
kinda similar. What I
wrong.
would do, except for mine's non-sexual.
What I would do is I'd create a sex cult, and I'd make all the guys build me a bunker, and then obviously all the women are preoccupied. So I would fuck all the wives, and then have the men build
society.
me. And then make like a underground society.
You heard it here first. Andres is after you guys' wives.
And then like Monday morning /
You homewrecker.
Yeah, I know. Well, obviously,
all your wives, he's coming
the thing
for
is
them.
that I'm not going to live this life without starting at least one sex cult. I can't
Weird
die.
goal. Weird goal.
I can't
Weird
die.
flex, but
Andres' bucket list, sex cult.
I can't die looking
right,
like
Charles.
this and have someone be like, "Oh, he looks like he would start a sex cult." And then they look at my records and they're like, "Well, look at that. What a disappointment. He didn't even start one."
All right, Andres' life goal, start a commune.
Start a sex commune.
That's literally what a commune is. Name one commune that didn't take their inhabitants and use them for sex.
Fuck all the wives, right?
Sell all the children.
Sell all the children, make all of the men into work slaves, right? And
Because you
then
can't sell all the children, you need them to work.
exactly. And then
Only
like
the men.
and then the
That's
day
really what child labor's
before
for.
You sell the women.
and then the day
Oh, you use the
before like everything
Not
goes
if they're
to
your
shit,
daughter.
we have one giant game to determine who gets to stay and who doesn't. We cut everything down to half, right? And it's a game, and I try to make them think that they have like their own freedom of thought and everything.
That's
but
what a cult is.
exactly, but it's really me manipulating everybody. And what I do is I just name like all of my like top 5 best wives to fuck.
Okay, but you're thinking of like, we're looking at like 3 to like 18 months max.
It does take time to start a cult. You're only starting a cult in a week.
If it's the end of the world, yeah, hell yeah.
Depends on how many people know this.
I could start a cult fast and easy. Look at me.
The moment that the bombs dropped, everybody would be.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
By the end of the roll, shut up, Rick and Morty.
You're saying somebody tells you chances are you're gonna die from a fucking apocalypse, and you find somebody like me on Craigslist?
Somebody comes
Saying-
up.
On Craigslist, and you're saying you're not gonna believe me?
Yes, Andres. If somebody comes up to me and says the world's gonna end in an apocalypse, that's like your typical end of the world
Well,
cosplayer.
you don't have a
off of
Wi-Fi
fucking New
wanna
York City.
fuck, so you wouldn't be welcome anyways. You want to be a part of my cult? You want to survive? Marry someone, and then I fuck them. That's how it works, okay? You have to have a
initiation.
You have to have a fuckable wife. That's it. That's all you gotta be to get into this shit.
And at the apocalypse, you can just pick one up on the side of the road.
Imagine you get married, I still don't pick you at the end. I'm like, sorry, Jared. I give your wife a rose.
Like The Bachelor. Oh my god.
Today we're going to figure
The
out
apocalypse
the
bachelor.
You get 5 days to choose all of them.
Yeah, you gotta vote off all the people.
Just in a mansion with like food and water, and when you don't get a rose, you just get out into the apocalyptic winter and like you're like
That's true.
suit.
Eaten by fucking mutant wolves.
Yeah, mutant wolves, radioactive wolves.
Look, here's the
Rad
here's the
scorpions.
positive thing for the woman of this cult is that after I eventually succumb to some kind of mutiny, which is eventually going to happen.
Because you're gonna
It'll
go
be
mad.
The women.
It will be the women. They'll be tired of me using them.
They're gonna
for
go
so
like
long.
full on Amazonian.
Exactly. And then they'll take over, and then it'll be a matriarch for a while, right? The whole thing will crumble because of emotions, obviously. It's not going to
That
survive.
spot, it's getting like
This-
it's having a target on it. It's just really.
It
But
could be like the Rick and Morty
That
episode of The
means-
Woman's Only World.
that you have an opportunity to seize power after I'm eventually stabbed to death.
You
in the
forget that
season.
I'm gonna be in my cave society.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, you'll be...
Which will aid the women
I-
during the mutiny.
She's down there like training them the ways of the warrior.
All the women are like, wait, you guys just have an equal society? You guys aren't doing the whole fuck all the wives thing? They're like, no. You guys are doing that? And I'm like, shh.
These losers. They don't know how to
This is
apocalypse.
why we're in the north and they're in the
Yeah,
south.
they don't
Listen.
understand how to do cults right. And that's why they're not. I thought this was a religion. It's a religion. It is. Sometimes I say the cult word, but in reality.
We got the best people working on this.
So we got like a cult leader and fucking Lord of the Flies.
What do you think would be my downfall? What would I do to fuck up that would eventually get me killed?
Your ego?
Starting, apparently.
Yeah, more specific than that. Obviously. It's
Creating
my
a
ego.
sex cult based around everyone else's wives.
Yeah.
It's too broad.
You're starting
You're
bad.
asking for the 11 knife wounds in the back, like Caesar. Like, you're just like, fuck that, no, you get murdered. I don't like that philosophy. Who's Socrates? Fuck him, okay? And then also, I am the most powerful to the point where I'm going to name a month after my son Augustus. Augustus will now be August, and there's not 8 months. There's 12.
I think as soon as I start naming myself after months, I think that's when I get taken over. That's usually when dictators get taken.
When you're like, I'm God.
I'm God. People are like, for like a good month, you get like your dick sucked like a god, for sure. People definitely buy in the first month. You have to. You know what I mean? You're like, maybe he is a god, you know? You never know.
So the guy pulling out the Kamehameha, you don't think he can actually do it, but there's always that chance, and you don't take that chance.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, as soon as after the month ends, they're like, yo, has he done any godly things? Have you seen him actually do any godly things? Like, no,
My
not
cross
really.
got destroyed in that storm last week.
Yeah.
So
Some Leonidas like Chad hits you in the face, you bleed a little. It's like, gods do not bleed.
Don't gods normally do like some kind of miracles or something like that? What's he done? He's like, I don't know. He's been spending the last 4 years just fucking my wife.
4 years? So you had a week.
Like, now that I think about it, and then immediately the next day I'd be like, all right, meeting.
You'd be pitchforks in the neck. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're giving yourself 4 years. Dog, you got a week to do all this.
I got a week to start it, but I think my cult lasts for 4 years after.
How? How are you surviving that nuclear
People
fallout?
adapt.
Pure manipulation.
You don't adapt that fast.
Okay, what the fuck are chickens then? Chickens are literally the ancestors of dinosaurs, so are crocodiles and sharks.
All right.
So, like,
Crocodiles and sharks
I thought you were like, people
haven't evolved.
People evolve.
Since...
Like, have you ever even heard of chickens before? The ultimate apocalypse weapon, dude.
Like Legend of Zelda, you fuck with one chicken, you're dead.
Yeah. Like I've never seen before. No, this is like after the
Alligators haven't evolved since prehistoric times.
Because I have a whole week to make the husbands build the bunker.
Simps.
Yeah. So, and I think I would hold off on fucking their wives until then.
Trying to be like the fucking Andrew Tate of the apocalypse. I'm top G.
You would have to keep a minimal. You'd have to make sure that the women outnumbered the men. You'd have to keep a couple men in like chambers, like slaves, and then you would have to be the ruler, and you would have to do it that way because you would have to have a bunch of men to build it, but then you'd have to kill most of them off and only keep like a couple of them because otherwise the society would topple.
Yeah.
And keep them starved. Got to keep them hungry so they can't revolt.
And you have to have a common enemy. So there'll be like some guy named Steve. Like, I feel like, can't believe Steve.
He started this fucking nuclear winter. Fuck that Steve.
He started this shit, dude.
Minecraft Steve, you can't trust him.
I think nobody ever likes Michaels.
Michael Cera got popular,
unless
but
they're
then again.
a pop king. You know, until they pee on your children.
I don't know. There's two very famous Michaels.
I don't like Michaels.
I'll disagree. Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson.
That's who we were talking about. Michael Jackson.
He was very well loved. I don't know anyone who doesn't like him.
I do.
Except for the kids.
Yeah.
Kids don't know who Michael Jordan is.
Michael Jackson.
They knew.
You're thinking Jackson, dog.
That's what we just
Jordan's
said.
the basketball player.
I was talking about Jackson.
I said both.
You were talking about Jordan.
I said both.
They're both J's.
They're both Michael J's. And people love them.
And both black.
And
well,
both black.
Oh, one of them kind of was.
Yeah.
He went Uncle
For
Ruckus.
half of his life.
He went opposite Uncle Ruckus.
Dude. My fucking King of Pop could have been a fucking unit when it came to the The fucking
Jackson Force 5, dog. That's where he got
the
popular.
Jackson Force 5. That was the new NBA team.
A, B, C.
That was his original band when he was a kid. Him and his family.
Talking about all these threes. Welcome to the Jackson 5.
NBA, you and me.
The worst team ever.
Like the Globetrotters, but opposite.
But
one of them's like 8 years old.
But the halftime show is fucking phenomenal.
They play their own halftime.
Every single time. It's unbelievable. Wait, what else did we have on the list? Remember it?
No.
I don't want to have to type this out. You have to click it first. Oh, there you go. You come backspace.
Nope.
6, 5, 7, 8.
That's when I did that.
5, 6, 7, 8.
6, 5, 7, 8.
That's what I did.
There you go.
I swear I did it the first time. You'll just have to edit that out.
No! No, you did it wrong.
Okay, well, I don't think any of us would survive the fucking apocalypse. To be
Except
honest.
for Elon Musk.
We're not supposed to.
Except for Elon Musk.
Like
Elon would survive. Elon,
because he sends out emails.
I don't think that's why he would survive.
I think it's just because he has a lot of money and probably he's probably bought into the fucking.
Technically, he sent out emails to create the businesses he made, and eventually ended up creating a rocket business and becoming super wealthy, and eventually becoming a billionaire.
Like a store, like Rocket Fizz.
Not even eventually. He was born rich. He came from a diamond mine. He came from a diamond mining business from his dad.
He was picked out of the
He was
mine
born rich. He didn't work his way up from nothing.
Elon! Get out of the ground! And he was like,
And it looks like he probably came out of there. He almost looks like a worm.
Dude, that man's body type is fucking unbelievable.
Literally like the worms
But
from Men in Black.
you know what though? If you're a billionaire, I would much rather look like that than look like Bezos, who's just rich.
George Soros.
Yeah, dude, because then you'd be like, all right, well, at least you could tell that Elon puts in the hours at work. And it's like, Jeff Bezos, he's out there on his...
He's in, like, cryotherapy, getting the fat, like, melted off of his muscles.
It's going to be a thing in the future. You watch,
It's already a thing. That's what the supermodels do.
The reason why we brought up Elon Musk is because I recently saw an article where it said that Elon Musk, that employees from Twitter, after he's fired a lot of Twitter, but, like, he said that employees got a random email from like all of the employees got a random email at 2:30 in the morning stating that like that the office is not optional. And this is all based on the argument that whether or not you think that like homework, like what do they call it? Remote work is like a logistical thing that you can do. Do you think that homework is like a possible thing in the future?
I think it's going to have to be.
The pandemic already proved it's highly possible. It cuts down on company profits from having to have office space, cuts down on the emissions from traveling through gas.
So do you think what I assume is a drunken tweet from Elon Musk at 2:30, annoyed that he's gotten so many emails about about working from home, do you think he's justified in
I think that if you want quality employees as a employer, if you want quality employees, you need to offer benefits as such. So if you want somebody that's going to be energized and excited to come to work, they need to have a work environment that is exciting and it has opportunity for growth. And you know what? If most people, they have families. Most people struggle to pay their rent. So if they can have a couple minutes through their day to sit down and not have to use 80% of their waking day to be in a cubicle surrounded by other people in their office, when they can have their kids 15 feet from them and not have to pay 3/4 of their income for childcare, I think it's definitely beneficial.
Do you think remote work is the way of the future?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on the job. As someone who's done both physical labor and working to the tech space, 100%. As a web developer, there's no reason for me to be sitting in an office when I can literally collaborate through Slack to all my coworkers, have everything posted to GitHub, so it's all getting done constantly remotely anyway. It's getting remotely done. I'm just sitting in the office anyway. It's the exact same shit.
Do you think
I'm not talking to them in person.
Yeah.
We're still communicating through text messages.
Do you think people
I don't need to be there.
take advantage of the fact that they get homework and they end up finding
Some
little
people,
tricks to do less work?
But also some people take advantage of freaking.
It's true.
When
So,
they get. Like,
I think the argument on that one would come down to salary versus hourly.
Workers' compensation, people take advantage of that all the time. So no matter what rule you have in place, people are going to take advantage of that. And I think that the pros outweigh the cons, especially when it comes to people's mental and physical health. Because especially if you're not having a job that requires you to be on your feet for 8 hours a day, if you can do 50% of your shift at home, even like all of your paperwork, and then come into work.
Is that what you think the future's going to be like? Could you
I
imagine
think if they want it to function, yeah.
Like a hybrid?
Imagine the Gen Z right now, right? In 50 years? Gen Z right now, 50 years becomes the biggest power in terms of the United States. What does it look like? What do you think a Gen Z government would look like? Let's do the serious stuff first and then the ridiculous stuff later. Like, I think that would be possible. I think a Gen Z government would allow you to work from home.
The thing with that too is the fact that we're also entering a new revolutionary state of our time with kind of like every time with AI. We now have ChatGPT-4 as well as other highly powered LLMs coming out to the point where we're pretty much entering a new point, kind of like when the newspaper press was first created. It revolutionized the entire industry, and that's kind of where we're heading now.
Because now with press.
Yeah. Like, that was a huge revolutionary period for a point, because now a lot of widespread
The
news.
original social
Now
media, dude.
Exactly. So now with the GPT-4, for example, coming out and being widespread used, like, almost everything is at the point where it's going to be eventually automated by AI. So it's going to be opening up a lot of low-end position jobs so we can advance in different ways, spend more time at home with our family. That's going to change how everything is run. So, I mean, 50 years especially with Gen Z being more technology advanced, coming into this new model. Because, I mean, over the last 10, 15 years, we jumped almost 30 years in technology.
Do you think that technology is going to make us more dumb, though? Because then all of a sudden, we don't have to memorize things. It's like everything's just right at your fingertips. So do you think Gen Z is going to become like so reliant on this technology that they're not going to be able to think for themselves?
No.
It depends on how you want to apply that technology, because you have to understand how the technology works and how to use the technology in order to make that technology something proficient.
I would argue that people in nowadays culture, especially like younger people, I'd say, like up to the age of like 40. I mean, even 40's pushing it, like probably up to the age of like 30. We know way more facts, way more current ideals. When science comes out with new pictures of some crazy galaxy that they did with some like new camera, we know that. Whereas, I mean, if you look back even as early as like the 80s, these people, they don't know anything except for what school told them. They have an encyclopedia, a dictionary, a globe, and the newspaper.
From what it seems like to me, is that people who are older or who didn't grow up around the access of information that we have, it seems that they know less, but the things that they do know are like very much like detailed and to the point and exactly how it is. But when it comes to like Gen Z, younger generations, we know so much broad information of just about everything, but you couldn't ask us to specify on like a lot of like small things. It also seems that this generation has moved a lot more in terms of their emotions than it is like more facts, especially when it comes to like just how wild and open this idea of sexual identity or like identity when it comes to like just in general. Like I've never heard of this identity. I never heard of people like putting so much effort into their identity as I have until Gen Z. So I wonder if that's going to be detrimental to us in the future or if it's going to help us. What do you think?
Detrimental.
I mean, I feel like it could go either way. I feel like it's more of a phase right now, like the Victorian era when everybody wore wigs. But at the same time, I feel like it's also a thing where back in the day, of course they had more specified information, but it was also because they had less things to focus on. We have such, like you said, a broad range of topics and information that we can focus on whatever. So back in the day when it was like, oh yeah, like the craziest thing right now is that like Vietnamese women are coming to America and doing manicures and like opening up salons. Like that was something crazy to like focus on and like go there and like experience it and stuff like that. And nowadays we're like, what's the craziest thing? What's the most interesting thing? That's the same thing why like freak shows were such a big thing back in like the 1920s. And
now
like,
social
the
media
1910s.
fills that's like
It's our own
you
freak
see,
show.
I go on TikTok and like sometimes the recommended videos are just like these normal people who just have an account, but these people happen to have like some kind of disability or some kind of issue genetically where they look different than you know what I mean.
You can tell.
Yeah. Like they're kind of other in terms of like people. You wonder, you sit there and you're like, there's no way that this person has this many followers or this many people watching their live because they're interesting. Like it's the exact same thing of just like you said, the
entertainment value of somebody
different than you. So here's my issue is that I think before you had to worry more about your community because those were the people that you were surrounded by. But now we have to worry about what everyone thinks in the whole world, which makes this generation, Gen Z, generation that I'm a part of, so hyper obsessed with how they present themselves to the entire world. And I think that is what has fueled this like identity crisis that I think we're in. It's like all of a sudden, all of these kids feel like their identity is wrong. Is it because their identity, they've never been accepted for who they truly want to be? Or is it because that there is a newfound obsession with how you present yourself to the world and you want to be more relatable? I think that's why virtue signaling exists, because people want to look like they're not the perpetrator of all of these horrific crimes and horrific things that you see across the world. They want to be seen that those things are being perpetrated against them, because then they have a say in the situation.
Well, I feel like it's because we weren't ever supposed to see nor know of this many people. For the first time in our history, we have access to not hundreds, not thousands, but millions and billions of people. Throughout our history, we have been in societies of max a couple tens of thousands of people. There is no way. You used to know the names of maybe 500 people, and that was enough. And now, that's why the beauty standards are so fucked up, because you were never supposed to see that many pretty girls. Are you kidding me?
Oh no, makeup was like not a thing. Now it's like everyone's wearing makeup.
Everyone's gorgeous now.
Everyone's gorgeous.
And with the internet age, everyone can be seen. Before it was only the top percent of these people. If you're good at entertainment, if you're this, if you actually make it on air, TV, if you're in the Pantheon, if you make it to be an actual actor through Greece, Rome, through the Pantheon.
I think that's another thing.
But now with TikTok and everything else, everyone has exposure to high-end media.
I think that's the difference, is that it used to be that quality was what made it to the top. Mm-hmm. Now that doesn't mean anything.
Everyone has a platform.
Just as long as it grabs attention, it'll be shot to the top. Which means that anybody has the opportunity, but I think it makes it harder than to...
If you actually have pure talent, it does make it harder.
Exactly. It makes it harder because then you need to consistently come out and do that. So like you have to deal with the fact that like you want to create something of yourself in a world where now everyone wants to be what you want to be. I feel like back in the day when you were Leonardo, you're like, I want to be an artist, and everyone's like, hey, what are you doing? And then Leonardo was like, I'm gonna be an artist. And then, then his parents, and then he went off and ended up becoming one of the biggest, artists ever known. But he was, one of the only ones.
Not just artists, though. That dude was a huge engineer in general. He created so many complex puzzles, architecture. He revolutionized the world.
If Leonardo da Vinci was alive today, he would be in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, he'd be like DiCaprio with a 19-year-old wife.
Yeah, I would have a hot ass wife.
Both Leonardos walking down the street with their young wives.
Yeah. They're both how old are they? And they're well, let's just say that they don't know, they can't legally drink yet.
So fucked up.
They can go to a bar, but they can't drink. That's the kind of girl.
They get kicked out at 10 p.m.
Right? Yeah.
They can strip out the club, but they can't participate in the club.
They can go to war, but they can't order a beer.
They can stay for 30 minutes of Adult Swim.
Just half the
Just
time.
half the... after that, get out of here. You know what I mean? He's just oh, dude. I don't even know. Dude, we went from nukes to fucking...
Actually, that was a pretty good segment.
Yeah, that's the PodDre podcast, baby.
That's
that
true.
was a pretty good segment.
That's a pretty good segment. I don't know. I feel like that's a good way to end things. What do you guys think?
Bye.
Wow, Bay's done.
Or not.
Thanks for having me in, guys. Yeah, it was great to be here.
Look, guys, all we're going to say is kick out all the old people in government. All right, let's either get Trump arrested or
erected.
Erected, hey.
We're thinking totally different things here.
Arrested or erected? Those are the two options.
The thing is, Trump. He could be erected while doing both of those actions, so it doesn't really
He's
matter.
behind a podium. You'll never know.
All right, let's get Trump hard and either get him arrested or get him elected. It doesn't really matter what it is. That Gen Z government where identity's going to look over everything.
Our pupils,
we're looking forward to it.
Getting
China,
dilated.
Please don't invade us. We got too many planes. And Putin.
So many weather balloons.
Let's just not drop any nukes because I don't know how successful my sex cult would be.
Yeah.
I don't know if she would be able to find all of the materials, the society to take over.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah, we don't want him to give up. So if we could just keep.
Bro, I'm partying.
We love you guys so much. Thank you for coming back to the PodDre podcast. You guys are the congregation, the one and only congregation. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on YouTube. And also follow us on all streaming websites.
Spotify, Apple, ow! Oh, my hip.
Add us to your episodes on Spotify.
Spotify.
It's getting thrown out for that.
Yes, go stream on Spotify ow right now. You're going to be able to find all of our podcasts on there. Oh, also, we are announcing our Patreon. So if you guys go to Patreon right now and look up PodDre Podcast, we're going to have some extra content that only our subscribers on Patreon will be able to get. This means a new episode on average about every single week that only you will be able to see as our Patreon subscriber. So if you guys want to come back, not get your news from us, and just see the whole congregation enact, the clergy, I think is what we're going to call ourselves.
Thank you.
We got some merch coming out too soon. Bay's going to head that. So we're excited for all the news. Thank you guys for coming by another episode once again. We love you. Praise and love. That's what we do. Thank you guys.